Travis Wayne Goodsell. Joseph says in the canonized history of the church, published in 1838 and then redacted after he was assassinated, says that on the 21st of September 1823 he had been visited by Moroni. And this date was on the second day of Sukkot, the Jewish Feast of Tabernacles. And let me get to 50. And so Joseph, that next morning, as he claims he didn't get any sleep at all that night, goes to his father, who was working in the field. That would have been a Monday. And tells his father all that happened, and his father says it was of God, and go and do as commanded by the messenger. So Joseph Smith got to skip work that day and ran off north to the hill Cumorah, as is claimed. And on the hill Cumorah, as he had seen exactly where to go, as he says, convenient to the village of Manchester, Ontario County, New York, stands a hill of considerable size, and the most elevated of any in the neighborhood. On the west side of this hill, not far from the top, under a stone of considerable size, lay the plates, deposited in a stone box. And he, having removed the earth, obtained a lever, which got fixed under the edge of the stone, and with a little exertion raised it up. He looked in, and there he did behold the plates, gold plates, as he says, the Urim and Thummim, the breastplate, as stated by the messenger. The box in which they lay, formed by laying stones together in some kind of cement. In the bottom of the box were laid 2 stones crossways of the box, and on these stones lay the plates and the other things with them. He made an attempt to take them out, but was forbidden by the messenger. This was 1838. It was not until 1827, after he had supposedly obtained the plates and the other things, that he finally started telling other people. There were 2 accounts in 1827 that differed from this 1838 version, but nonetheless, it wasn't until 1827 when he started talking about it. And so in verse 54, he says, accordingly, as I have been commanded, I went at the end of each year at each time I found the same messenger there, and received instruction and intelligence from him at each of our interviews. And in what manner his kingdom was to be conducted in the last days. And so, at the end of each year, September is a few months away from December, the end of each year, unless you're talking about the Jewish calendar. As he obtained the plates on the he first saw the plates on the 22nd, which was in the Festival of Tabernacles. The Jewish New Year was September 6th. So it was in the new year. So it was at the beginning of the year. If we go to 1824, I'm at timeanddate.com if you're wondering what source I'm using. The October 2nd. So this was at the end of the year in 1824. And then, there's the one I was looking for. 1825. It's September 22nd. So if he's going on the 21st, he just barely made it for 1825. 1826. October 11th. So just that first year so far. And then finally he gets them, as he claims, in 1827. September 22nd is the new year. And that's the date he gets them? Hold on. Okay. Whoops. 1829 went too far. Let's see. I soon found out the reason. Yeah, here it goes. 59. At length the time arrived for obtaining the plates, the Urim and Thummim, and the breastplate on the 22nd day of September, the new year. So just the first was in the new year, and the 27th was on the new year of the Jews. And the Feast of Tabernacles. As Tabernacles has to do with the last harvest. The latter days are compared with Tabernacles and the fall harvest. In 1823, Captain William Morgan, having fought in the War of 1812, knew of a plot to destroy America. And he was going around western New York, had found the Batavian Press, who was willing to advance him to work on the publication of his book to warn America of the Illuminati, founded by Johann Adam Weishaupt on 1st of May 1776, that had infiltrated America in the War of 1812 through the Scottish Rites Masonry. He was a York Rites Masonry. It was their intention to restore the monarchy in America. And their goal was to use the Bible with its last days events and signs in heaven to coordinate their attack. So they had 200 years to prepare. And so Captain William Morgan wanted to get the word out to warn. He came to Canandaigua, New York. And was working with the Master Mason, Joseph Smith Sr. And Junior would often tag along with his father. And so Junior knew of this threat as well. In September of 1826, the enemy found out about Captain William Morgan's publication. They didn't make the connection yet to the Smiths. As the enemy had him falsely arrested on a couple of occasions. After the second time, they realized that it was necessary to get William Morgan out of the country. And so the Master Mason organized the whole operation and would take the responsibility of making sure that the book got published so that America could be warned. And unfortunately, it didn't quite work out as well as planned, and a reporter published it as what became thereafter the anti-Mason movement. In the anti-Mason movement, America was infuriated that there was a secret plot within the Freemasonry, as it was not specified, because the reporter had no clue as to what was going on. And the Freemason temples were burned to the ground. Only a few remained in the aftermath. And so Hyrum Smith changed the spelling of his name so that it was no longer spelled like Hiram Abiff. And a year after that event, Joseph Smith claims he found the Book of Mormon plates and begins to write, translate.